Hello. As you all know, my name is Andrea Jones. I'm the black woman that shot the white male in America for abusing me. I'm out here on Market Street and Lockwood Drive, and they still following me. They stole my identification. They stole my 2-bedroom apartment that I had lived for 3 years with my son, where I raised my little boy, Melbourne Halo Metter. I'm pregnant. Look how small my stomach is. Because they tried to starve us. And they did starve us in the back of the Montgomery County Jail. They all sitting around watching us right now. I'm between 2 graveyards. 1 graveyard on the right, 1 graveyard on the left. Because that's where they tried to put me in for protecting myself from a young Caucasian male named Austin John Meador. Austin John Meador. His charges include drug possession, theft, assault, family violence, Class C rape, assault on a public servant, unlawful restraint, and trespassing. I don't even have a record. I went to Herzing University for business. I didn't graduate, but I worked at over 20 different companies in the United States. I raised my child by myself while his daddy, Austin John Meador, was in prison. He received a charge for assaulting me, for trying to rape me, and he was arrested from my home when he was ransacking my home when my son was only 6 weeks old. He was abusing my child, punching him in the back, throwing him off of furniture, making him hit his head all over the house. And I had to flee to a restaurant called Baytown Seafood in Conroe, Texas for help. And I had a $380 in my purse that I purchased from Academy while he was in prison, because we was living in the area where they was bothering us and stalking us, and they was robbing people. So I had a right to give me a gun. Well, when Austin John Meador got out of prison from TDCJ for assault on a public servant, he came into my home, and we were going to try to raise our son together, but he was abusing us. I called the police several times. He was assaulting me. I told the police he was assaulting me. He fled from the police. He was raping me and hitting me while I was pregnant. His charges include drug possession, theft, assault, family violence, Class C rape, assault on a public servant, unlawful restraint, and trespassing. I did not want to let Austin Meador inside of the home. Austin Meador would not stop assaulting me. Austin Meador kept assaulting me. He was assaulting me in my kitchen. His leg got hurt when I ran screaming, "Police, police," in the streets. So the Hispanics in the state of Texas, all the women and all the males, decided to gang up with the whites, the Caucasians in the state of Texas. All of the white Caucasian women and all of the white Caucasian males. And they decided to gang up with the African Americans in Texas. All of the African Americans in Texas. The African American males and the African American women, the African American females, they all decided to gang up with the Indians as well. I'm African and Indian, but I refer to as black. And they ganged up with the Indians, the African Americans and the Indians. So the Indian females and the Indian males joined in on this. And then they decided to come from all over the states to the state of Texas to try to persecute me because I shot a white male in his leg who was behaving violently with my 22-month-old son, Melbourne Halo Metter. And this is the son that we both produced together. And I'm pregnant by the white man again. I've been carrying this baby since September 2018. And they stopped my labor while I was in the back of the Montgomery County Jail in Conroe, Texas. They arrested me while pregnant for protecting myself from this white male and protecting my child. I had to run out of my house screaming for my baby's lives while this white male was attacking me. And I'm pregnant by him, so I was protecting my children, the lives of my children, because he could have easily killed my 22-month-old baby. He was 22 months old at the time. And he could have easily killed this child in my belly that's still alive, that they won't help to get out of me. And all they did was hurt my pregnancy, tampering with my food, and poisoning and gassing me in the cell while I was in labor. And they got these people in cars following me everywhere that I go. The blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, the Chinese. Oh yeah. And they got the Chinese men and the Chinese women involved. And they all Satanists. They don't believe in Jesus Christ. They are demonically possessed. And they tried to blood sacrifice me to the white man. Because they all claim, oh, this the white man country. So he can do whatever he want to do to y'all. They say they kill black women. They kill black babies. They say they still hang black people in Montgomery County, Texas. So they claim I didn't have a right to protect myself. But God said that I did. And he said I still do. Got the right to protect myself. And the Lord says that I'm pregnant. And I am. And I'm very small, as you can see. My weight have fluctuated throughout this pregnancy. So they tried to starve me on the streets to keep me small. So y'all won't believe me when I say that I'm pregnant. And I've been carrying this baby since 2018. My lawsuit with the state is worth over $300 million. So they want to kill all of us. My boy, he's 4 years old now. I ain't seen my baby in 2 years since the shooting. That's how long I've been carrying this baby. And it's clawing at my vagina. And I can't get the baby out. And they all know it. And they laughing, thinking it's funny. It's a possibility that the baby might not have an umbilical cord. It may have deteriorated, but the baby is still alive. And it might not be nothing wrong with the umbilical cord. But I know I need to get this baby out of me, and this baby is alive. And my fruit shall remain. So they are following me, swarming around. Because people help me out with some money that believe my story. Because I'm telling the truth. All your favorite celebrities, they done fell from heaven. Because, bitch, none of y'all ain't going to have me fooled. They came out here from all over the United States, from Cali, from wherever they from, to come help these white people kill Andrea Jones. Because I shot a white man protecting myself. And we was in love. But you know, I always wonder why these racist ass motherfuckers was always fucking with our relationship. because he wasn't supposed to be with a black woman. That's how racist they are. And they over here hiding behind some Black Rights Matter. Nah, fuck all that. You're lying. Our lives don't matter to you. They're just a motherfucking front to keep real motherfuckers from standing up for themselves. So I'm going to show y'all my belly. It's very small because they got me walking around, dragging a damn suitcase. And I've been sleeping on bus stops. They got the helicopter flying over me again right now. And it's because I'm pregnant. So these evil ass black women don't want to see me prevail. They don't want to see us get the help we need. Because they know I will never have to work for these white people ever again in my life. I will never have to see them ever again in my motherfucking life after what they did to me and my kids in America. So the black women done decided that they want to try to paint me out to be a drug addict. Yeah, I smoked some blunts. I did. I smoked some weed in my life. And I ain't the only one. So y'all could go to hell with trying to make this about some weed. Because I ain't got no weed. And it's been a bunch of black men coming around me with their little blunts rolled up, you know, trying to get me to smoke weed. Psh, I ain't falling for that bullshit. This ain't about no weed, baby. This is bigger than a weed case. This about my life. And it's about the lives of my children. Another thing that they did, they had some thugs steal my ID right up out of my wallet so that I could not check into no shelters, but the shelters was denying me anyway. So all the shelters is ran by racist white women, and they all denying me to be able to go into a shelter. The racist white judges allowed me to be held in their facility pregnant, while them racist white correctional guards was poisoning my trays and my drinks. And when the charges was dropped, because they never took me to trial, they decided that they sued me in jail, but they set a trial. I won the custody battle. But they gave my son, the one who Austin Meta was attacking, who I shot for attacking this child, they gave him away to the abuser's, Austin Meta's mother, his white adopted mother. They gave my baby to her. These people were threatening to hurt my son. They were threatening to molest him. Do all kind of things. Y'all know how wicked these devils are. Trying to make me go crazy. They tried to call me a mental patient. But I'm highly intelligent and I'm wiser than they are. So the only thing they could do was gang up. Ride around with their little cars by the state. And their little paper tags. Oh, and the military is involved. The U.S. Army. Yep. They don't care about black people. They don't care about black women. And they don't care about our kids. They did a whole smear campaign to try to get people to see me doing drugs, or to try to make me have to prostitute myself to people, to try to discredit my statement that I'm giving right now about what they're doing to me and my kids in America. I got money, but I can't access my money because MoneyGram. Oh, you don't have an ID, you can't pick up no money. Western Union. Oh, you don't got no ID, you can't pick up no money. Banks. Oh, you ain't got no ID, you can't get your money. Department of Driver Services. Oh, you ain't got no address because they stole my apartment and gave it to the white boy. The white man who was abusing me. Over 19 911 calls at 13 different locations from civilians, from neighbors, and from me. All reporting him. Not once was it me abusing him. And not once did I protect myself until the day that I shot him for hurting my child. And I was bleeding when they brought me into Montgomery County Jail, and they knew that I was pregnant. And they've been denying my pregnancy the entire time, starving me and lying on my medical report. So what you think they trying to do with Andrea Jones? And it was all the black men, and it's all the Americans, because if it wasn't, then why am I still sitting outside pregnant? It has only been Jesus Christ and Jehovah that is keeping me alive in America, with all these sellout ass black women only worried about their own ass, and these sellout ass black men trying to get some rank in the white man's country. That's what they claim it is. I'm sitting in between two graveyards. And God said my lawyer, Inga Chandler, and all my enemies is going to burn in the lake of burning sulfur. And now I see why. Because y'all really left me outside. And they're all riding past Benson Coons. They are part of this boule, this Masonic community, where they follow doctrines of demons and devils. And they out here worshiping these white folks. All of them. So in their mind, they'll kill a black woman. But the white man the devil. So I've been having to sleep on the bench. So the Department of Driver Services won't send me my ID, claiming I don't have an address. So this was the plot, kicking me out of people's houses and stealing my ID first. And then they telling me I can't get into hotels without an ID, that they need a hard copy, that I can't get a bank account, I can't get medical care. And it might be twins. They was poisoning my food at the McDonald's, at the Wendy's, at Domino's. They've been poisoning my food long before I even knew I was pregnant. Yeah, I've been smoking a few cigarettes, because who the fuck wouldn't need something to relieve this kind of stress? I don't got no cigarette right now, but they was poisoning the cigarettes, and they were lacing them. And they been sex trafficking me, because the men that's been trying to pick me up, they involved. And they've been trying to give me drugs, knowing that I'm pregnant. Food that's been tampered with. And they've been trying to give me cigarettes that was laced. And then they was all trying to have sex with me. That's sex trafficking. Trying to make me feel like, oh, well, she desperate enough. So all these celebrities that got $100,000 to $300 million, not billion, but to $300 million, they know what's going on. And that's why they tried to lie and say that I got sued for my child because I was a bad mom. No, I was not. I never had my child taken from me. When I was in jail on these charges, they sued me for my baby, and I won that case, and they still took him illegally. Because they know I qualify for HUD. And they want to have me on the streets to sex traffic me and murder us. I qualify for HUD. So they gave my baby away, so I have to be outside. So they can run through me and kill me and cover up the fact that I shot a young white man for abusing me. And it was about a baby. And the jail cell that they had me in the back of the Montgomery County Jail for 10 months was a setup. And y'all not bringing me back because all charges is dropped. So they've been having people try to provoke me and start fights to try to say, oh, she a mental patient. That's why I'm by myself. Because anywhere where I was, they was trying to work for the system. And they was trying to abuse me in their homes. And then when I started to stand up for myself, they went on to try to say that I was a mental patient. They even pulled out guns on me 3 times. Travis Gums pulled a gun to my head twice for crying about my baby. James Devon Harris pulled a gun on me and cocked it for telling the truth on camera about what they was doing in their house. Now they getting mad following me around because I'm putting this shit on social media. Talk about, oh, you that phone. I don't give a fuck. Because y'all not finna be just doing anything. Oh, yeah, and the people who drive the metro buses, they involved. They all involved. At the Walmarts, at all the establishments, because they run by these white people. And all the white people know that a white man was shot by a black woman in this country. And they tried to cover it up because they know that he wrong for abusing her. So they tried to cover up the whole case and murder me and say I committed suicide because my son got took from me, and that's a goddamn lie. So now they tried to say I had COVID. I'm healthier than an ox. And I've been tested for COVID several times, and I ain't got shit. So they tried to leave me on a bench cold in the middle of the night. They even had people, Lily Morris and LaMarcus Sanders, turning down their fucking air conditioning to 60 degrees in their house. They had Colin putting fans on me, directly on me, with the air conditioning turned down to 60 degrees to try to make me sick. Then they made up this bullshit ass list of what COVID symptoms are. First of all, the people who got COVID is these fucking witches. Because it ain't no damn COVID. The shit came out of heaven straight down. And it's a plague. It's not no damn COVID. And they hair falling out their fucking head. They skin slimy and they sick. They dying for real. That's the plague. And that came from heaven. Because of what y'all doing to me in this country. And my kids. So this whole, oh, if you sneeze or throw up. So if I go into labor and I start throwing up and shit and you want to try to say I got COVID, no. That means I'm in labor. And I done went into labor several times and they stopped it. And they denied me and made me leave Conroe Regional Hospital while I was in labor. Gassed me in the jail. Spraying chemicals. And then in hospitals in Baytown, I went into labor there too. And they gave me a bottle of pills and told me to take them pills because I had a urinary tract infection, and I took them. And I ain't went into labor since. But my baby is still alive in my body. And here you got these hoes driving around buses with masks on. Everybody walk around with masks on because they're not going to tell nobody that they know that I'm pregnant. So they were trying to set me up in Sunnyside, Greenspoint, niggas from ATL, Chicago, New York. All these niggas out here, over here trying to set me up to be killed. All your lawyers, none of the lawyers wanted to represent me. So this bitch got on a whole goddamn mask over her face. She looking evil as fuck driving a bus. I mean, they are wicked. And they all surrounding me right now thinking they gonna get away with this bullshit with their little mask on because a white man got shot. I don't give a damn. God said, let that bullet in his leg be a reminder of him hitting on women. And God said he gonna have a lot of lessons in jail. All charges is dropped. So stop following me and trying to arrest me, calling me a fucking mental patient because y'all racist. And go on with that whole Black Lives Matter bullshit because look how tiny I am. So I'm finna turn this around and show y'all my body. And I'm gonna do my OnlyFans to show y'all my body naked. I need to get somewhere by myself because they following us everywhere. But God bless you all who are Christian out there, who are of Christ. You know, I'm not sure there's many of us left in this world. I'm mad at some of my subscribers because ain't nobody can't pick me up, y'all. I'm sleeping outside, man. And it's all right during the day. It's hot right now, but at night it's very cold and they praying on me. So yes, I'm a little mad at my subscribers a little bit because, you know, I got money, but I told y'all they took the ID. I told y'all I don't have an address to send the ID to, y'all. I told y'all the hotel's in on it. So many people in on it. I need somebody to come and get me. I need somebody of refuge. I need a place of refuge. I need somebody to come and get Andrea Jones out of Texas or wherever your house is in Texas. Let me come and stay. I don't got no record. I don't have no charges. There's nothing on my record. I just need somewhere to stay so I can get my ID, you know, my bank accounts, you know, right? And I'm good. You know, ain't no need to having no innocent black woman pregnant out there on the streets. Period. You know, and the money cannot redeem me. I need help from heaven. Yes, the money is helping me to have food. That's why I'm posting the video showing y'all that I was able to order online because I don't have no physical address for them to send no debit card to, y'all. And if I try to get a P.O. box, I need the ID to get the P.O. box. I don't have the documents. They stole my documents. They had men that I thought loved me and was going to help me, pick me up, you know, and I'm thinking they were going to help me, or I met them when I was doing good somewhere, because they ain't really picked me up. None of them really picked me up. But I met them somewhere, and we were supposedly in love, and they was working with the state to steal my identity, to steal my legal documents that I need to operate in the country. So I do not have an ID, and I don't have a physical address because everybody's house who I done been, they all involved. Nobody is taking me into their home and say, oh, I see this woman out there on the streets. They all are plotting on us and surrounding us. So I don't have anywhere to receive my documents. So basically it's leaving me outside. I cannot get a hotel. And I don't have my credit card. I don't have physical copies of any credit card to where I can put a deposit on a room. Some of these rooms are asking for a deposit, you know, so I can pay. I was able to pay for some clothes online and have them sent to the Walmart. And the Walmart denied my order and canceled it, and I had to have it sent to Target. So it's businesses and establishments that's involved. So I had to have it sent to Target. And when I had it sent to Target, they gave me my order. But I was not, so the only thing I can really get is food. You know, I've been able to order online and pick up my food from somewhere. You know, so I don't have it, you guys. I need real help from heaven. I need actual physical hands right here to say, come on, sister, come on. We're going to help you. And now we ain't trying to set you up. We ain't going to bring you up in no house trying to fight you because you pregnant. Or trying to, you know, start shit to try to say you a mental patient and have you put back in the same facility that tried to murder you, because that's all they trying to do, because they know I'm going to get my son back. And they don't want to give me my son from this white woman. I was protecting my baby boy. And I want my baby boy back. You know, so ain't no, you gonna take my son that I was protecting. If I did not have to protect my child, he would still be right here with his mama. You know? But I had to protect him. And then mama had to go to jail for protecting him. And then they took him from me. And that's wrong. Because every mother has the obligation to protect her kids, man. I ain't gonna cry because I'm not finna mess up my makeup. I know it don't look like I got a lot, and I don't. I just got on a little concealer. But, that's a monarch butterfly. I'm not MK Ultra or anything. I was a mind control victim. But I done broke out of all of that. So basically, but I just love the animals and the birds and things like that. I love nature, but it's very cold. And it's nowhere for me to just lay down. So, you know, I need some people that's not going to be trying to poison us or try to lie and say we got COVID, you know, trying to have us somewhere where they can kill me over my case about my son, because they gave my son away when he was 3 years old. So I got out of the jail when my son was 3. I stayed in the county for 10 months. So he was about to turn 2 when I shot his daddy for hurting him. There was a witness too, and they tried to get the witness to change his statement about what happened, but the witness said he was being stupid with my baby, that he was not scared when the gun went off because he was still being stupid with my baby, and he said he was not afraid of being shot because that's how stupid Austin John Meta was being with my little bitty child. At the time, he was 22 months old. Okay, he was very small and precious, and he was just slinging them and being violent, and you don't do that with somebody's child. And this is why I shot him. And the Lord said I was protecting myself, and I was, because I was afraid for myself as well. So, you know, this is wrong. And he said that there's going to be some vindication for me, and there's going to be some vengeance upon the black men in this country, because y'all allowed them to do this to a black woman, and then you joined in to help to do this to this black woman. And that there is going to be some very harsh repercussions, a very harsh punishment for the African American men in America because of what y'all did to me and my pregnancy for white people. And the vengeance is going to be upon the African American men. So yes, the white man, Hispanic, God gonna deal with everybody else, but he showed me specifically that there is going to be some real true vengeance upon the African American men in this country, because y'all are the ones who were supposed to stand up for me. And that's just what it is. And they are relentlessly driving around in their cars, plotting on me, pulling up on me like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, you know, trying to make me feel like, oh, well, what you out here for? Like, they don't know. Because someone stole my home from me for protecting myself in America, so it's not my fault that I'm outside. And they even stole money off of my check when I was working, and they making it to where I can't get hired in America. And they riding around listening to their music, bopping their head and shit, like they all of that. No, look at him bothering me, talking about am I waiting on the fucking Uber. And none of them have had a heart to let us in their home.